Good afternoon once again, everybody, and how are you? Welcome to the Catholic Broadcasting Ministry, the Capuchin TV, and especially to this program, which we run every Thursday from 2:30 to 3. Sorry, we're a little bit late today. The program is taking care of your psycho-spiritual well-being, and my name is Joyce Pius Segujobi, and I'm your host. And of course, this is Capuchin TV. Today we'll be looking at the issue of coronavirus vaccine and how it actually impacts your health. And of course, maybe to get to know some things that people talk about it and begin to look at what is actually this vaccine all about, because you and I know that people have had a different kind of ideas and conspiracy theories or whatever it is about this vaccine. But in Kenya here, for example, people are already been vaccinated. We'll be looking at that later. Some people have taken the first jab. Other people are already taking the second jab. And we'll get to know, okay, how is it affecting them in one way or the other. So we all know that the SARS-CoV-2 is the coronavirus that causes the COVID-19. We all know that it's not new to any of us anymore. And of course, it's a zoonotic coronavirus that really cross from animal to humans. But this one has eventually find its way to human. How, when, and by what means we actually do not know. There is still no consensus on the way it got to humans, and for even the exact time that it started, we do not know. Initially, we were thinking it started around December 2019, and that's why we call it COVID-19. But some recent findings shows that it could have been earlier than that, maybe even as earlier as October 2019. And of course, there are studies that shows that in between May and October 2019, there was a test on the coronavirus from bats in Wuhan. Will this mean that it came out from the lab in the Wuhan? I cannot tell you that, because there's no one owning up to that fact for now. But we know that coronavirus is very real, and it has infected many people. And older folks actually, and people with major underlying medical illnesses actually are at higher risk of complications. That's what we know. As of yesterday evening, maybe even today, there are about 188,955,910 people who had the case of coronavirus been infected by it. And of course, it has claimed over 4 million lives. Even when we talk about this, about the number of these deaths, of course, we do not know whether it's actually that number or it's even more than that or less than that, because there are cases that are not reported. But thankfully, there have been cases of recovery, and at least about over 172 million people have recovered from the COVID-19. So we continue to battle with this battle. We have done a lot of things. We have done the lockdown. We have done physical distance. We are still using face masks, and then we are still doing hand washing and other measures that we are taking. And guess what? We try all those things. There's still escalation or new variants coming, and this and that that we don't even know how to address it. And then finally, we've been talking about vaccine coming to help, as if it's going to be the one to really help us. And I bet you maybe it is really, really helping us, because if you check in those countries where they are actually having been vaccinated and in good number, it seems it is coming down. But even with that we are going to use vaccine to combat coronavirus or to be the remedy, has actually faced many resistance, because people are not sure of exactly what it is. People think it was too soon to come out, that there was not enough trials, The way the media carry the news is not even helpful. The way the governments are addressing the situations, they're not even helpful. So there are a lot of things and expectation people have from this COVID vaccination that gives a lot of doubts in the mind of people. And of course, as the world responds to the COVID-19 pandemic, there are still challenges of an overabundance of information related to the virus that is out there that we actually do not know which one is true, which one is false. I've seen professionals coming out and telling us different things about the vaccine, and some of this information, may not all be correct. And I think I have to let you know that we need to be careful of the information we get on the social media. When you get a news or you get an information, try and look at the source. Is it a reliable source? Even when it's a reliable source, sometimes, I cannot tell you that everything that is from the reliable source is correct too, because we are just in a world where people don't even know what is true, what is false, what is right, and what is wrong anymore. So, and some of this information, like I bet you, they may not be correct, and they may have they may be potentially harmful to all of us, and even making us to be negligent or to, address the situation in a way we do actually not know. So inaccurate information spread widely. We know that when you say the good thing, people don't spread that. But when it's a bad thing, or the one that is fearful or threatening our lives or our existence, you will see that the news goes on like wildfire, even though it may not be true. And so it becomes more difficult, for the public to really know what is true, what is actually the fact, and what is a myth, or what is a theory that does not exist. So there have been different conspiracy theories. I'm going to mention some here. Some people have said that vaccine does not work, or that it cannot even take care of the coronavirus. But those who say that, they probably do not know exactly what they are talking about, because they may not even know the components of what the vaccine contains. So some people have said that. Other people have said that it will alter your DNA. And I was telling somebody recently that, I've also taken mine. I took Johnson & Johnson. And then also I was sharing that I'm waiting to the time where we will want to enter the shopping mall or go into the church, and the machine will tell me if I am vaccinated or not. Then I will know that there's a microchip or something or whatever that can alter my DNA. But I bet you, study really shows that nothing like that exists, at least as far as we know for now. So, also, that some people say that COVID-19 vaccine will implant microchips, like I mentioned, into people, so that people can actually monitor what you are doing. Sometimes, like maybe you can, they said because it's also linked to your DNA, they can use it for advertisement, where they can put all different advertisement to your brain, so that you want to buy the particular product. And that's why they also link it to the issue of 5G, and let me say, there was something funny that happened. Just shortly after I took my job, I started having the thought of a particular app on my computer, on my phone, and I was thinking, I think I will start using the Waze for my navigation. But guess what happened? I started seeing something like on my Waze coming on my phone. I was like, oh my God, is it really true? But I bet you, but that's just a coincidence. Nothing like that is happening. Also, people said that some of the volunteers that actually partook in the trial of the vaccine died. They cited the one of the Oxford COVID-19 vaccine trial, that the person that was involved died. And of course, fact is that nobody died of that yet that we know. People have said that the vaccine also can make you magnetic. And I've seen that on social media, people putting their phone like this and the phone going to their hand, or they put the key on the place where they took the jab and the key sticking there. But of course, that has been debunked on the social media also by somebody telling us how that was done. But you see, this information, they are just out there to convince people or to confuse people and to make you not to take the jab for whatever reason. Some other people say it is there to make you infertile, or to make you impotent. I don't even think that is also true. Some will even say that the J&J, the one I took, was created from a fertile tissues, and tissues. And I think that has gone a long way. That, of course, for us Christians in particular, when especially when we talk about protecting the fetus in the womb, and we now hear that is happening, it gets so disturbed that we don't really want to do that. But yeah, it is true that in the past, when they started the issue of vaccine, that they used to use the fetus, from the unborn babies. But recent developments have shown that that is not actually what happens, as many people think. So also, some people say that is the mark of the beast, that by the time you are vaccinated, you are given mark. And I bet you that's also ridiculous, because all of us already have marks. Your birthday is a mark, is a number already, because by the time you want to do a lot of things, they ask you for your date of birth. So it's a number to recognize you, that you come with naturally. And guess what? You're on your phone, on your plate number, the social security number, whatever it is that you're having, they already number to identify us. So it becomes ridiculous when you think, okay, it's a new way that they want to give you the 666 number, whatever it is. Well, these are different kind of conspiracy theories that we find out there. However, so COVID-19 is an infectious disease, we know that. And of course, an infectious disease is also known as a transmissible disease or communicable disease, of an that can cause us illness, and that is resulting from an infection. So a vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease, like the COVID-19 we are talking about right now. So this vaccine kind of contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism, and is often made from weakened or killed form of the microbe, its toxins, and one of its surface proteins. So that is what we do. And in this ways, vaccine begins to act in two ways. It can act as a prophylactic, which meaning that it prevents the effects of a future infection by a natural or a wilder pathogen. And of course, it could also act as a therapeutic form, to fight a disease that has already occurred. And we know the COVID-19 vaccine acts in those two ways. It could be preventive, and that is why if you have never had it, you are asked to be vaccinated. And if you have had it before, you are also asked to be vaccinated. So one thing we just need to know that is that it is safe for you to be vaccinated, and it is effective. And this is the way we can actually fight the pandemic. I repeat, to fight the pandemic, your vaccination is not to actually to kill the virus out there, but at least by the time any of us are vaccinated and we are not yielding to its effects, then the pandemic reduces. It may become endemic, and maybe later it becomes something that we don't even talk about much. So that is about the vaccine. There are three types of it that is very popular now. There are other ones that are still working on. We have the Pfizer, the BioNTech, which actually is, could be, who can get this one? People who are age 12 and older, and it requires 2 shots between 3 weeks interval. And that's why, in Kenya here, you begin to question when we have to wait for 12 weeks. And we have also Moderna that can be given from people from the age of 18 and older, and also it is 2 shots. And the 2 shots are supposed to be received within 28 days. That's the 4 weeks, And then we have the Johnson & Johnson, that's the one that I took, which also can be given to people from 18 years and older. And it's only 1 shot. But you see, all these ones, whether it's the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson, whichever one it is, it takes 2 weeks after your shot to begin to take their proper effect. So the best COVID vaccine is the first one that is available to you. So there's no one to say which one is the best, which one is not. Any one that you take is okay, and they are safe, they are effective, and they reduce your risk of severe illness. So in globally, about 1.9 million or more have received at least one dose, and of course that's about 25.1% of the world population. And then 1.9 billion, and of course about 934 million or more, about 12% of our world population have received the second jab. In the U.S., about 56% people have been vaccinated for the first dose. About 48.4% they have received the second one. And in Kenya here, only 2.0 have been vaccinated. They have received their first dose, and then 1% have received the 2. So that is about the vaccination. We are just encouraging us to get vaccinated, and then to know what we are going to do about it. So once again, like I said, it is safe, and don't be afraid to get it. Get out there, go and get vaccinated. It will not kill you. It will only help you to fight this pandemic and, of course, to stay healthy. My name, once again, is Joseph Pius Egujobi, Reverend Father.